What's going on, everybody?
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies with gentle hands, welcome to Table Talk Sports. I'm Evan, he's Zach,
Yup.
and we took a little bit of a hiatus. We're sorry, but we're really not because Zach and I are academic weapons.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
that's why.
we had to
Listen,
lock in for a second, but
a
we
lot
back.
has happened. A lot has happened since we last talked to everyone.
Yeah.
Various sports, all throughout Detroit, national sports, a lot has happened. So we could be here for 5, 6 hours. Get ready. All right. If you need to work out, you better have us in your ear listening. If you need to do homework, get your Bluetooth speaker and play us in the background. Okay. Because this is gonna be a very fun, long episode.
Let's do it.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe, yeah. Where do you want to start? There's a lot to cover here, so
Okay. Just because of where sports are right now, we can talk about the NFL free agency. Just a
let's
little
talk
bit.
about
Just a
it.
little bit. Why
Let's
not?
do it.
Okay. Who I wanted, Miles Garrett is off the trading block. And he basically, in my opinion, got bribed. He, if as long as he's making money and has all those M's in his pocket and in his bank account, he doesn't want to win. And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's his
No,
prerogative. He can
listen.
do that if he wants to. But don't say you want to win when you can be bought for a price. The price just wasn't right when you were talking about you wanted to win. You wanted to play for a
Yeah.
contender. Because if you did, you would have been like other past greats in the NFL, Tom Brady. Take a
Yeah.
pay cut, surround yourself with pieces, or just like I said, take a pay cut to win.
That's it works every time. It really does.
It's time. Like no, like okay, yes, money's great. If you can set yourself up, you can set your family up, it's awesome. Bro, you're the best, you've been the best player in the NFL for the past 4 or 5 years. Like at some point, it's like, yeah, money's cool and all. I want to win. I want to enshrine myself and designate myself as a champion forever. That can never be taken away from me.
Yeah.
Money comes and goes, bro. I'm sorry.
No,
But
but yeah.
it was weird to see it because I'm like, okay, he didn't really want to win. The price
No.
just wasn't right in Cleveland. So
Yeah.
now
It's a
he can
negotiating
be a rich
tactic. That's
loser.
all it
Because that's
was.
all he's gonna be. He's gonna be the richest loser in the NFL because Cleveland's going nowhere
Oh,
soon, nowhere anytime soon. And all Garrett is doing is getting older. He's almost 30.
I
And by the
agree. I
time
mean,
his contract is up, he'll be
yeah.
34.
I
And
agree. It was the same
correct me
thing with
if I'm wrong.
Max Crosby. He
There
said
it
he
is.
wanted to go in, and
Same
then
thing as Max Crosby.
the same exact
And
thing.
then over here, doing this, they're resetting the edge rushing market, which is what the
Yeah,
Lions need. So now people who don't deserve that much money are wanting
yeah,
not that much money, but wanting more because Garrett and Crosby
yeah.
are getting more. So it's like, okay. But this is like I said,
I-
don't say you want to win. Don't say you want to be a part of a rebuild when you can be bought for a price, when the price
yeah,
just wasn't right when you were saying that.
yeah.
Because
Not
obviously you don't want to win. You don't. You
not to
just want to
mention we
be
still
the
got to
richest
pay
loser.
Hutch.
What do you say?
Now we got to still pay Hutch, right? He's not
And
there,
his
and
team's
he's gonna
only
want the
gonna
same
want
thing.
is may want more.
Yeah, rightfully so. In all honesty, but that just I don't know. These
Okay,
crazy
wait,
market
hold
stuff
on.
is just insane.
I'm not crapping on Hutch. I'm not. But I found out a stat last year. Over half of his sacks before he got hurt. He had 7.5 sacks before he got the season-ending injury
Yeah.
in Dallas. Over half of them. Okay, I think I heard two or three of them. Two of them were against backup linemen. They weren't starters. I think we played Tampa Bay, and
Okay.
two of them were against tight ends. One against one against Seattle and one against Tampa Bay. I think both. And he got one against Seattle, one against Tampa Bay, and two against
Okay.
backups who playing
Yeah.
against those
Tackle.
teams. So I'm not taking anything away from Hutch. Amazing player. But
Absolutely.
let's not okay, like there is some sort of context to that. I still think he's capable of doing that against
Yeah.
like regular players. Yes, like starters. Yes, I still think he's capable. Maybe not to 7.5 sacks in 4 games,
Yeah.
but maybe in 4 games, 3 or 4 sacks. That's still very efficient. I'm happy with that.
I mean, in all
But
honesty,
like
I'll
I
take
said,
it.
7.5 sacks was very misleading.
Yeah.
Very. Let's put it out there.
I mean, you got to put it in the context though, but you also got to remember it's going to be a similar situation again this year when he comes back fully healthy, because he lines up in that edge spot. He's still going to go up against these tight ends. He's still
That's
going to go
true.
up, whatever it may be. Maybe not backups that early in the season, but he's still going to go up against at least tight ends here and there.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, as long as he takes advantage like he did, I'm okay with it.
yeah, I agree. That's true. So we'll see. But yeah, Miles Garrett is off the market. Max
Yep.
Crosby is off the market. The Lions signed DJ Reed, which is looking like maybe their biggest or splash signing throughout the entire free agency,
I
which
like it.
I'm not crapping on it. It just seems like you lose Carlton, you get him. That's what it seems like to me. I'm not
Yeah,
I can't say if he's better or worse than Carlton because Carlton was pretty dang good. I'm sorry.
he
He was
was.
pretty good. He was
Yeah.
pretty good. So we'll see how DJ Reed does, but I still think the Lions, like I said, they need to get an edge rusher. And Zach, who do we want? Who do we both want, Zach? And who's for the pick, Zach? Since he said they would want a second or third round pick,
Late
that should be
second, early
automatic.
third is what they
Come
want.
here.
I
He
would.
has that's all they want. Or
I I I don't know how
either
we
they're
don't take
second, third,
advantage
or
of
fourth.
that.
One of the two. I can't remember.
I don't know. I would give them a late second and then I'd give them a fourth rounder as well, just to make sure it happens, Like
Yeah, like that's
Trey
cool.
Hendricks needs to be a Lion.
It needs to be.
It's just that simple.
I
I
don't
think I looked it up.
I
I
don't
think
know
he's
why
like
we're so
30 right
hesitant.
now. He's
What do you
30,
say?
I think. And so let's put him on a 2-year deal. I don't even care what the money is at this point because by the time his 2 years are up, we will have time to pay everybody else at that point. And
Yeah,
so
and
put him
hopefully
on a
by the
2-year
time his two
deal.
years up, we've won a Super Bowl too. Do it.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think the front office and Brad Holmes is so hesitant making that big splash offering? And here, I want to put my
No,
perspective in.
that's a good
After you answer your question, after you answer the question, what do you think that is?
I'm a little confused in all honesty with what they've been doing so far because they cut Zadarius Smith, right? We could have
They did.
used him in that Trey Hendricks trade. That
He
would have
was a lot of money though. I heard he was a lot, and I
yeah,
think they
but
would be
we could
willing
have
to
still
bring him
flipped
back
him.
on a cheaper deal.
We'll see. I mean, think it's weird that we cut him after he wanted to be here, We wanted him to be
Mhm.
here. He did really well in the games we needed him to do well in. It's just
Yeah, he
weird
did.
how just like that it's gone because normally you see these guys restructure their contracts or stuff like that. Um, it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Because I really feel like we could bring him back just on a cheaper, longer deal. But at the same time, it's like if we get Trey Hendricks, do we really need him back?
I'll take everything. Just I feel like the more help you get by rushing the passer, the more
Yeah.
it doesn't even be like just edge help. Because I think we need edge help as well as just a huge body up front to team
No,
with
that's completely
McNeil.
fair.
Because DJ Reader, I'm sorry, he didn't look the same last year. He wasn't that productive.
No.
He's come off of two torn quads. You know how
Yeah.
catastrophic that is for a position of an interior D
No,
lineman.
I know they get
Like
hit every play. It's not like he can get around that.
exactly. So it's only going to get worse with age,
I agree.
and
Yeah.
he's getting up there. So I just think all the help you can get Aiden helps him
Yeah.
come back progressively, attempt to come back, not being rushed back. It's not just Aiden and friends. You can get help. You can slowly bring him back. You
Yeah.
can you can ease his transition back from a catastrophic. And I think people are forgetting Aiden Hutchinson's leg hugged another
Oh,
grown
yeah.
man's leg.
That
It
was bad.
hugged, wrapped around.
Did you see that
Okay,
video
that
of
is
him
not
sprinting?
normal. What do you say?
This was probably like a month ago at this point, but he was like sprinting on the field. Like he's
Yeah, and that looks like it hurt.
yeah.
Like it was
Didn't
like
look fluent
that's
yet.
not like he's not going anywhere with that sprint if that's what he produces in the field in the fall. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna get better. But anyway, I guess to me, it's just like I see all these Lions fans, they're always talking about long-term success.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit I hear the words long-term success when the Lions go, and I'm just like, okay, what is success in the NFL? 'Cause to me, success in the NFL is the Super Bowl. And there's
Yeah.
nothing, it's not playoff appearances or wins. It's not NFC or AFC championship appearances or wins. It's not Super Bowl appearances. Success is a Super Bowl. One team, in my opinion, one team has success every single year, and that is the team that wins Super Bowl. Every
See,
other team, it's a
I
failure.
I mean
So
that's
it's
that's a
like,
fair
but
argument.
here's what they're saying. You know what they're saying about long-term success?
Yeah.
if and to me it's like okay, long-term success means you're looking at winning Super Bowl every year for in the next 4 or 5 years, or looking down the road 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
No, let's get a Super Bowl. That is success in the NFL. It's not
No, I
being
agree.
decent. It's not being decent or good enough or AFC or NFC championship, year after year, or so many playoff wins year after year. No, success is bringing home the Lombardi and giving Detroit a parade on Woodward in February. That is success. There is no such thing as long-term success because you're just telling me you want a Super Bowl every year, 4 or 5 years down the road. No, get a Super Bowl. Get a pass rusher. What are we doing?
See, I agree with that point, but I feel like for us, we've had success, you know? It's just for us to make it as far as we did in the playoffs 2 years ago. I think I would call that a successful season. You know, we defied the odds,
Yeah,
but now that has to be the minimum that we're doing. And
it's
I
happened. That's
agree.
what I'm saying. It's happened.
I feel like you can't even talk about long-term success yet until you reach short-term success, you know?
It is.
Like how can we say we want to make the Super Bowl consistently for the next 5 years if we're not making it this year, next year, you know? You got to get to that
Thank
point
you.
first,
This next
and
four
then
or
you
five
can
years,
worry
our
about the
team could be
long-term
way worse
success.
than right now.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
never know.
look at what the Chiefs are doing, man. They're trading away. They got some new players coming in already. And like that is long-term success right there.
It's long-term success. You need to help your guys out. And it just feel like the
Oh,
Lions are too scared to make I feel like they're too reliant. I think people need to understand this. What happened in 2023, our 2023 draft with Gibbs, Laporta, Ranch, and Campbell, that is probably one of the best drafts of
amazing
definitely
draft.
of the 2020s, maybe of the decade, maybe of the
Yeah,
20th,
good
like
draft.
21st
Yeah.
century. That was a monumental draft. All right. I think people they this let Brad cook initiative that people are taking. It's like, yeah, you can let him cook. That was rare, Zach. That was
I
a
know
rare.
that much
I'm not
talent is crazy in one draft.
praise Brad for doing that till he runs to the hills. Like I will never discredit him from doing that.
Yeah.
You can't do that every year. You can't let that one year, that one very successful draft kind of like run your brain of okay, we're gonna have that draft every single year.
So
No. You know why? Because last year we were a bottom five draft. The Lions were a bottom five draft class.
that's
That
crazy to
draft
me. I
class
mean,
in terms of the NFL, a bottom
no,
five.
that's kind of
Like
crazy to me.
that's what I'm
It
saying. So
doesn't feel like that.
you can't just let Brad cook and rely on the draft every year. Because hear me out. Call me crazy, Zach. A lot of times rookies play like rookies.
I know you see a couple of like
What? Who the fuck?
rare outliers, but for the
That's
most
what I'm
part,
saying.
they are rookies.
Like, okay, a Jared Verse.
Yeah,
A Jared Verse comes in the NFL once every what, 4 or 5 years.
if that. Yeah.
Like he
I mean, you even
that's
look
like
at
a
like first year Joe Burrow, right? That's not even that
exactly.
common anymore for quarterbacks or anything like that to come in. You have that impact right off rip, and that it's just,
Maybe Jane Daniels.
huh?
Maybe Jane Daniels. He's probably the first since Joe
Yeah, that's
Burrow
true.
to do
That's a
that.
good point. But then again, that was what 4, 5 years ago now that Joe Burrow was a rookie. So that's just I don't know. Like we talked about this a while ago. I'm not mad with how our rookies played. I'm not mad with TA's holding calls, but that can't be the
Yeah.
case next year, you know?
No, I agree. I
Like
agree.
he needs to take a step up now. He knows what to do. He knows what not to do. You got your rookie jitters out. Now you need to go into your sophomore year.
By the way, everyone, our new cornerback, DJ Reed, was tied with Terry Arnold for the most pass interference calls in the NFL last year. Just want to
He
let
was
you know that.
also the seventh ranked corner though.
I know. I'm just
Kind of
joking.
it's kind of how do you be the seventh ranked corner and have that many pass interference calls though? That's kind of crazy to me.
I
You
mean,
know?
think about it. Who was he playing opposite of? Sauce Gardner, one of the best corners in the NFL. That's
Yeah.
supposedly. I don't know. So we'll
I don't
see.
know. He kind of
Anyway,
had a rough year last year, but
he had a rough year. I agree. Lions need to make a splash trading them.
I agree.
But would you guys believe me if I told you that the New York Giant football team decided to pay Darius Slayton a 3 year, 36 or $38 million deal, and didn't decide to pay Saquon Barkley that same amount? I'm just putting that out there because
Man,
that's Zach's favorite team.
I don't know what's going on with them, but it's just whatever at this point.
That's
No-
awful.
Nothing's gonna change if nothing changes. So
That's true.
They're just gonna maintain their ride, I think, right now. Um, Unfortunately, not many bright
Shadur,
pieces there, but
Shadur season or Cam Ward. I don't know. I don't know who you guys gonna get. He's a
Aaron
quarterback though.
Rodgers apparently.
Oh jeez, if you get Aaron
Dude, if
Rodgers,
they get Aaron
I
Rodgers,
would
I'm
feel
done.
bad for you.
I'm done.
I don't know how any NFL organization in their right mind would actually take Aaron
You
Rodgers.
see, he
He's
said
just so
he's like I got at least 2 more years of me and then I'll retire. I'm like I
camped.
read that. I'm like, there's no way we're talking about the same guy that I think
I
we
don't
want.
want to see the word Rodgers on a quarterback ever again. Like, leave, please, Aaron. You're bad. It's okay. This happens. You have a Super Bowl, you have multiple MVP. You don't need to prove
Yeah.
anything, bro. Like, leave.
You think
I
he'll
don't know.
finish the Brett Favre cycle
You're
and go
not
to the
Tom Brady,
Vikings?
bro. What do you say?
Think he'll finish the Brett Favre cycle and go to the Vikings?
I think it's JJ McCarthy season since they just
I
traded
think
away
it
Sam
is, but
Darnold.
I mean, I think they said they were going to start going with JJ, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
Darnold
they
got paid.
drafted the
Let's talk
first round.
about
They
that for
drafted
a
him in the
second.
first round. They drafted him in the first round. That'd be a
Yeah, I know.
waste.
You got to
Just
play the
keep
guy.
you gotta at least attempt. You know, if it
Oh, I
doesn't work
agree.
out, it doesn't work out. But you got to give him a couple years.
Yeah,
So we'll see. I do think they take a step back though because of that this year.
and I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
Dude, the
I
Bears are
hope
going to
they
be
don't.
scary this
They
year.
better not expect. Oh, the Bears take a step up. They
Bears,
better not expect. They better not expect a leg up, or a similar
yeah.
year last year because Sam Darnold had just a fugazi, just
Dude,
amazing,
it was insane.
year. It was crazy, and all credit to him. He
His
got the bag
redemption
in
story
Seattle.
is like
Yeah, you have
insane.
to.
He went
We'll
from
see.
being labeled as like a huge bust to, I mean, he revived his career. He really did.
Yeah,
And he just
yeah.
got
Now
paid
he's
too.
$100 million
I know. That's
over
crazy.
three
For three
years. That's
years. Yeah.
crazy.
That's
That's
insane.
crazy. Good for
Um,
him though. I
no,
can't hate.
I
He got the
know.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for
NFC
him.
North's going to be, I think, between the Lions and the Bears next year.
See,
It's
we say that every year, Zach. We say that every year. It's like don't get me wrong. The Bears are doing what the Lions are doing. They're taking and where did they get it from? Ben Johnson. But
who
they're
would have
taking
thought?
this great initiative. But how many times have the Bears had an amazing offseason that absolutely crapped the bed when the season started? They have been
I
winners of the
mean,
offseason in the
it'll be
last 5 years,
interesting
at
to
least
see.
three of them, two, three
Yeah.
of them.
No, you're not wrong.
But
I
we'll
saw
see.
some things
But
saying the Bears have three-peated off seasons. But
see, it seems they're taking the right
uh,
initiative though,
no,
because
it
they're
seems like a step
getting
in the right direction.
Caleb help. They have all the weapons in the world.
Yeah.
Now they're getting Caleb help. And there's honestly that wide receiver core, even with an aging Keenan Allen, you still
Yeah.
have a young Romo Dunze and a DJ Moore, who I still think has some left. I don't think he's not that old. Like I wouldn't say he's out of his prime. I just said, I just don't think he's
Bumpier.
it's just obviously with the situations in the past, it's like he plays for the Bears and they've never gotten help, and now he does. You got to protect Caleb, and that's what they're
I
doing.
mean, that's what they're doing. They have built the trenches up already this
Yeah,
offseason.
they built on both sides of the
Yeah, I was
ball.
just about to say both sides of the ball, they've really built it up. Even Cole Kmet on offense, I feel like it's a good option to
Yeah,
have.
for a
Uh,
tight end,
yeah, I don't think DeAndre Swift is the answer for them if he's still there.
yeah, I don't
I'm not
think
too
so
in tune with
either.
them,
But
but that's
he's
probably like their
decent.
weak
He's
spot.
decent enough. If you pair him with someone else, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah,
But,
like a David
yeah,
Montgomery. Um,
exactly. That ship has sailed.
yeah,
But again, to the point of the Detroit Lions, the neighborhood's getting tougher, bro.
it is.
Neighborhood is getting tougher. So you need to make that decision. Because you're still above, you're still top dog in the neighborhood, but they're catching up to you. Do you want them to get to that point where
Yeah.
they caught up to you, or do you want to keep like elevating yourselves? Because right now, neighborhood's catching up.
No, I agree. I think in the next like 2 days here, we need to do something big.
Oh, 100%.
I say 2 days, but it really could probably extend to a week. I think it'd just be more reassuring if it was within.
Yeah. And it's not even about the NFC North. The NFC is getting
Yeah.
harder. Because the
No, it
Commanders
is.
aren't going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
The Commanders are here to stay. They're not going away anytime soon. And
Yeah,
the Eagles are still going to be there
they
too.
just got a couple more players as well. Um,
Exactly. And the Eagles are still going to be there too. So
Eagles Eagles are also
the
still
teams you're
somehow
going to have to beat in order to achieve a Super
crazy.
Bowl are getting better, and you're doesn't look like you are. So we'll
No.
see.
Only time will tell, I guess, but it would definitely top priority right now, I would agree with you, is edge rusher. That is the
Yeah.
biggest thing we need. Um, we'll see from there though.
Yeah, we'll see.
I was saying to you the other day, I want to resign Tim Patrick as well. Um,
Yeah, that'd be a good three.
I enjoyed him last year. I feel like towards the second half of the season, he really stepped up. I think he could do it as well. I mean, he looked confident out there, so we'll
Oh
see
yeah.
how that
I'm
goes.
done.
But yeah, no, the NFL's crazy. I mean, Josh Allen just got paid as well. He's make I saw some things saying he's making like 10 something an hour a minute for the
Jeez.
rest of his contract right now, which is just insane.
Yeah.
Um,
It was like 6 years, 330 million, something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's
That's crazy.
ridiculous, man. I wish I could make that kind of money.
Everyone wish they
But
could make that kind of money. That's
no, yeah.
insane.
That's the kind of money that you don't even need to do anything the rest of your life after you retire. Like that's and he'll retire by
There's,
like
there's
38.
generational wealth.
Yeah, that's not to mention his wife, she's bringing in loads of money too. So
Oh,
generational
Seinfeld.
wealth on steroids there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Um,
We'll see.
yeah,
Anyway, Zach's team just won the Big Ten title, so that's cool.
Michigan State did just win the Big Ten title. Um,
It's in the background. You guys
it
see it
is.
right
It's
there.
right up there. Got to say that the Michigan State Michigan game was
Zach
probably
stole that sign, by the way. Just
no,
went
I
up
didn't.
right to
Yeah.
Izzo, just took it out of here, and just ran
Oh,
away.
yeah, for sure.
I
That
said,
might be the best game I've ever been to in my life.
I
And
don't
all.
know if we should post this video. Security's gonna be looking for Zach.
Oh yeah, totally. That's why all my roommates got one. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But
But
no, that
then,
game might be the best sporting event I've ever been to in my life, in all honesty.
know
The
what the best sporting event I
atmosphere,
ever went to?
huh?
Know what the best sporting event I ever went to?
What was it?
When Trey Holloman hit the buzzer beater in Maryland. I went to the game, guys. So I'm gonna I've gone to a couple really good games, Michigan State basketball games this year.
That
Hit
we
it at
have.
home. Mine was the buzzer beater. So
Yeah.
Michigan State looks good. They look good.
Dude,
If they win the Big Ten tournament, I think they should be a 1 seed.
yeah.
I'm so serious.
I was
If
looking
they
at
win it,
it,
they
I was
should.
looking at it earlier this morning. Because we're now seven in the country, just in general.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the Big Ten tourney, and that starts what, Thursday, I think?
Starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh,
The
wow.
first two games are tomorrow, yeah.
Okay. But no, I mean we play what the loser or the winner of the 9-8 game. So
Yes, which is I can't remember who they play.
I
I
think
forgot.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Um, let's see. We play the winner of the Indiana Oregon game.
Okay, that could be a little scary
I'd
because
rather
guess who our
play
last
Indiana
loss
at this
was?
point, in all
Guess who our
honesty.
last loss was?
Yeah.
Indiana.
I'd still rather play Indiana than Oregon. I
Okay,
mean, we lost to Oregon, but it
I
was in the
agree.
West, in all
So we
honesty.
beat the Oregon. We beat Oregon.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, I'm mixing UCLA and USC.
Oh yeah. That's
Um,
what, yeah.
that out West strip was just weird. Um,
It was.
whatever. Not making excuses or anything like that. That's for sure. Whoever we take will be fine. I like it. You know, that's the thing about our team this year is I don't know if you saw, we're the first like outright Big Ten champion winners
I have
since
a first team All Big Ten.
95 without a first team player.
Yeah, first team All Big Ten
Crazy.
player. I saw that. Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Like
Spread the
that's the
wealth,
thing is
man.
we're
Everybody
literally like
eats.
11, 12 deep. Like we have probably
Every
eight
team.
guys that can give you 10 plus a night at least.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
Like,
this team is good.
it
This is
is.
what I expected last year.
Yeah, I was
If that
hoping for
makes
this
sense.
last year, but we just weren't
In
there
due
yet.
time, I guess. Yeah.
But I don't know. People were kind of hating on Izzo for the transfers he brought in last over this offseason with Simone Zabala and Frankie Fiddler. But in all honesty,
Yeah, they worked out.
I am a fan of Simone Zabala. He is like an improved version of Madi Sissoko, and
Yeah.
I'm all for it, you know. But we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see what
I agree.
happens towards the later stretches, like once
Yeah,
the
because
tournament starts
nothing
and
else
everything like
matters
that.
now, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters now. You're one and done. That's it.
Oh, I know.
You can
All it
beat
takes is one bad game.
Maryland.
So
That's what I'm saying. All it takes is that one bad Indiana game. Doesn't
yeah,
matter if you beat Maryland, Michigan, Purdue, Wisconsin. All it takes is that one
I
bad game. You're
agree.
out. And in my opinion, it's not even a Final Four bust. It's championship or bust. Izzo needs one.
No, I agree.
Izzo
Izzo,
needs one.
my biggest worry is if we win one more, Izzo would retire. But he said on I think his podcast over the weekend, he's like I'm not kissing that Spartan head on the floor until my last game, my last time ever touching the court. So he made it seem like he has a little bit time left. And like at the game on Sunday, people were chanting 4 more years, and he goes, "Oh, shut up, I'm not leaving," which it was kind of funny, but that's just kind of who he is, you know.
Yeah.
It's bigger than that.
What
Um,
what do you think the ceiling and the floor is in the tournament for Michigan State?
see, I told you earlier, I still think the ceiling is national champions. I think we can get there. We just need to play perfect, you know. That's all it is.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
I think the floor is probably like I want to say Elite Eight, honestly, but it's
Oh,
probably going to be Sweet 16's floor.
I think I have a different one. I have ceiling. It's just that, bro. Like I'm not SEC teams have never looked this good before, so I'm a little bit nervous for them in the tournament, but man, they look good.
But they
Like
just
they look
dropped. Auburn dropped now. I forget
I
what they
know,
dropped
but you
to.
still have eight or
They still
nine
look good
SEC
though.
teams.
I know.
You're gonna rank up with a pretty good SEC team in whatever region you get to.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see Auburn. I think actually we match up better against Duke if they were like the one seed in our region versus
I'm
like
like
an
nervous to go
Auburn,
against Cooper
a
Flag though.
different
He leads Duke in every statistical category.
shut him down. I would put Cohen Carr on Cooper Flag. He's
No, dude,
that
that's what I'm saying.
athleticism, like
That's what I've been saying at these games, right? Is like I like Cohen Carr. He reminds me of like a more athletic version of like Scottie Pippen, minus like the offensive talent. Like his
yeah, yeah,
defense,
yeah.
his defense is amazing. You know, I want him. I was telling this was a couple games ago. I was saying we need to put him in. He's like our cleanup guy. If I need a
Yeah.
rebound, I'm putting him out there. If I need whatever it is, he's gonna go out there and do it. Like
Run the
he's
floor,
really
you're good. Just
he might be
what
my
does Luca
favorite
and
guy right
LeBron
now.
do? That's just what you do. Whatever Luca and LeBron do. You know, Luca gets a rebound, flick
Exactly.
it halfway down the court to Bron. That's Cohen
No,
Carr. He
exactly.
gets
Him and
rebounds,
Trey
offensive
Holloman,
board. He's just so athletic,
they're
bro.
going to be amazing next year. I think they're going to turn into a nice little tandem.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be deadly.
I hope so. But we're not worried about next year right now. We're still worried
That's
about
true.
this year. Um,
Yeah, so we'll see.
I don't know. I think the most realistic outcome though, probably Final Four, like right
Yeah,
around.
my ceiling is Final Four. My floor is it goes out crazy, but round to 32.
Really?
It's
Bro,
a
if we
little
lose in
deadly.
the round of 32, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I will be living.
Like I'm
Like
gonna,
this season will be nothing at all if that happens.
like sure a Big Ten championship's nice, but I don't really care about that in the grand scheme of everything. You know, I'd rather lose the Big Ten championship and then make it to the Final Four, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
For me, that's just bigger. But I know this the Big Ten championship's a little bit nicer. You know, they hung a banner on Sunday. It was pretty cool, but
Yeah, it's all
whatever.
right.
Um, yeah. I'm optimistic though, that's for sure. Um,
Yeah, me too. Me too. We look good.
oh
They've
yeah.
been proving me wrong.
And the
They've been
best
proving me
part
wrong.
is every game I swear someone else looks good, you know?
Yeah, I feel like just in every game, like I've seen them progressively get better game after game. That's what it
I
seems like.
think I think once like I've noticed this trend over a couple games. It's once Trey Holloman gets mad or like starts like ramping up, the whole team starts to get it together as well. He's like the definition of a leader. You know, his actions on Sunday secured his spot in our like little Hall of Fame here in Michigan State. I think he's just proved himself so much, you know,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
but we'll see. I saw him in a
Yeah,
couple
no,
pictures
I
over the
completely
weekend
agree.
as
Yeah,
well.
it seems like
They're pretty fun.
his demeanor, and the way he approaches the game, kind of, the other teammates follow that too.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Well, we're gonna try to do like a little bracket
Yeah.
games. Zach and I, some friends, fill out a bracket, see how we do. If we get a perfect bracket, Zach and I are taking all the money though. We're not sharing that. We're not sharing that at all.
You know what we could end up doing is like opening up like a create a pool, you know, just we'll
That's
release
true.
like
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I like a pool, like just like our own little bracket challenge, and then we'll send out
Yeah.
the link on social
I
media.
told myself I'd make no more than 10 brackets this year, and that's false. I'm probably gonna make 30 again.
Dude,
I just like
you said last year you're like Zach, I'm only making one bracket.
I lied. I made like
I
30.
was like, okay, that's not true. And then I literally talked to you that next day. You're like, I already have 15 brackets. I'm like, what?
15. That first weekend is so much fun, bro.
Oh, I agree. And I think that can segue us perfectly into our top 10 sports ranking if you want to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Um,
I can't see it. You gotta name it out for me. I don't have my phone on me
no,
right
you're
now.
good. I got it right here. So
All right,
Evan and
cool.
Evan sent me actually a list of some guy on Twitter. He released the top 10 sport days. Just in general, nothing special about it. No particular games. Like it's not like a specific matchup of teams or players or anything like that. But you want me to read off your ranking, how you ranked it, Evan, or you want me to just read off
Okay, wait, hold on. Give me the rankings again. I need to write this down. Give me them again.
like just in general?
Yeah, in general.
All right, we got round of 64 men's
Okay, okay.
basketball, college basketball.
RB. Okay,
We got the Super Bowl.
okay,
We have the AFC versus NFC championships.
okay,
We got NFL Week 1 matchups.
okay,
We got Thanksgiving games.
okay.
We got where was it? Hold on. NBA playoffs round 1.
Round one. Okay.
Yep, round 1.
All right.
And then we got the late in season Saturday NFL games.
Okay.
We have college football rivalry week.
Ooh. Okay.
Then we got NBA Christmas games. That should be 10 right there, I think.
Yeah. Wait, what? One, two, three, four,
What's my
five,
skip?
six, seven, eight. I have nine.
You have 9. Let me read it
Yeah.
again. Round of
Okay.
64,
Yeah.
NFL Week 1.
Nah, NFL. Oh yeah, NFL week one. Yeah, I got that.
Okay, Super Bowl,
Yep.
AFC, NFC championships,
Yep.
NBA playoffs round 1,
Yep.
late in season Saturday NFL games,
NFL. Yeah.
MLB opening day.
Oh, MLB. That's the one I forgot. Okay,
MLB.
that's 10. That's 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, I said this to Zach, and I was like, rank these in order from what you would least watch, number 10, to what you would be most likely to watch, number one.
Yeah.
So let's go from least to most. Give
Least to
our
most. I like it.
all right.
I'm gonna
So what's
update the
your
rankings as we
what's
go
your
here.
least?
So you
Yeah,
go
okay.
first here. What's your
Okay.
least? What is the least
My least
thing you
favorite
like here?
and my ideology coming into this task was like if my team was in that particular predicament or that position, how likely would I be to watch it?
Okay.
If opening
See,
as
that's
the like
tough though. No, I can't agree with that logic. Just because round of 64 compared to Super Bowl, you know, it's like I don't know. Like for me, the Super Bowl would be bigger than if the Lions were in it. You know,
oh yeah,
I
obviously
just mean like in general. Would I rather watch this or that? If that makes sense. That's how I kind of interpreted it.
interpreted both different ways.
Okay. Okay.
MLB opening day as my least likely to watch. I don't watch baseball. I don't care about opening day. There's 164 games. What is first game meaning? No.
No, that's
MLB
fair.
opening day is my number 10.
That's fair. For me, my 10 is NBA Christmas games. Um, I don't really I don't really watch Christmas games like that, you know?
I thought you
Um,
love those Christmas games.
the only I think I watched it 2 years.
I thought you were mad that the NFL put games on Christmas this year. Not mad, but like I thought like this is the NBA's
It is like the
holiday.
NBA thing, but I don't even be watching them for real. Like the only time I
Yeah.
watched it was when it was like Cleveland versus the Warriors
Mhm.
on Christmas. I watched that one time. That was like what, 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I'm not really big into holiday games, you know. Um,
Yeah, I hear you.
that route lies for me.
Okay, so that's your 10. All
That's
right.
my 10, yeah.
My nine. Hmm. I think my nine is between NBA. Actually, it probably will be NBA Christmas game. It'll be my nine.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's completely fair. It's just like I don't know. It's not the biggest
Yeah,
thing.
it's all right.
Um, my 9 is actually we just flip-flopped our 9 and 10. Mine's MLB
Flipped it.
opening
Okay.
day.
Opening day. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I watch it still. Don't get me wrong, but it's like
Mm.
I don't know. In the grand scheme of it, the first game doesn't mean nearly as much as the last. So
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So my eight, due to me just not watching basketball too often or not being my favorite thing to watch in the world,
yeah.
my eight is going to be round one of the NBA playoffs.
Okay. Okay. Staying consistent so far with what you had.
Yeah.
Um, that's no, that's fair. My 8 is going to be the late in season Saturday NFL games.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just. I'm not that big into Saturday football. In my opinion, Saturday football is for college.
College football? I get it.
Yeah.
It makes
So
sense.
once the NFL starts expanding, it's like, they're just
Yeah,
trying
no,
to
I
keep
that
up their
that
money revenue.
that's
That's all that
completely, yeah.
is. That's really all it is.
That's completely no, that makes sense. And that one will probably be that'll probably be my seven. Because to your point, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, in football season, Saturdays for college football, but when college football is over, it's nice to have something to do and watch,
No, I agree. But that's
when
all it
the
is. It's like,
when
oh, the
the
opening's here. Let's make more money. You know?
that's cool. Yeah, no, I agree. But
So,
I'd rather watch NFL than scroll on the streaming servers and try to find something to watch. You know, there's teams that
oh
don't really.
no,
Unless the teams are just god awful. Unless the teams are just all like, if it's like Tennessee versus Jacksonville, I'm not watching that. I'm sorry.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's probably my seven. Saturday NFL probably my seven.
Okay. Okay. My seven, I think, is probably gonna be AFC NFC championships.
Ooh, okay.
Um, I don't know. Maybe it's just because the Lions haven't been in it. If the Lions were in it, it'd probably be higher. But the way I'm looking at it is like last year's AFC NFC championships. It was still fun to watch, but there's other things I'd rather, sporting events particularly, I'd rather watch if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Okay, so so we did 10 through 7.
Yep.
Ah.
Number six.
6.
Yep.
That'll probably be my number 6, NFC AFC championship game.
Okay.
Because to your point, it's like it only really hits if your team is in it,
Yeah.
like in
No,
my opinion.
that's fair.
So that'll probably be, yeah, and there's no, yeah, that's my 6.
Yeah. Next for my six, I think I'm gonna go Thanksgiving games for the
Okay.
NFL. I'm not the biggest into watching Thanksgiving games. I watch them now, but like growing up,
Yeah.
that was not on my like family TV while we were getting ready for Thanksgiving. That's just I don't know, not how I was raised, I guess, but I definitely watch it all the time now. That's for sure. I make sure
Yeah.
those games are on, even if it's the Cowboys.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll um my next is probably between my number 5 is probably between Thanksgiving and NFL Week 1.
Okay.
There's so much hype NFL Week 1.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving
I
is
got
there's
NFL
so much
Week One
so
pretty high on this list, I
yeah,
think.
so I'm gonna go. My number 5 is probably be Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's always for my family. We've always had it on, if that makes sense. Like while eating or even getting
Yeah.
ready to eat. Lions play. We have them all, especially since they're good now. It's something that we watch.
Yeah.
Preparing the food and while we're eating. So it's
Oh,
just
I
something
don't
to
blame
do.
you.
Because after that's over, after the Lions play Thanksgiving, I really don't care about any other game. Like I really
Yeah.
don't. So I'll
Yeah.
go Thanksgiving number 5.
Okay. That's fair. My number five is going to be NBA playoffs round one. Um, it's still, I still like watching basketball. Come playoff time, I watch it a lot more. Um,
Yeah.
I watch a lot more of other teams. Let me rephrase, because I mean the Pistons rarely make it these days, but it's looking pretty good this year. So hopefully that's a little optimistic. But yeah, no, that's probably gonna be my five.
Okay. Top four. So we still have the round of 64 left, the
Yep.
Super Bowl,
Yep.
college football rivalry week,
Yep.
and NFL week 1.
Yeah. We got
My
the same
number
final four here, but
four,
yeah.
yeah, my number 4 is probably gonna be NFL week 1.
NFL week one. Okay.
Yeah, NFL week. Now, obviously, everyone's playing. It's your first, taste of NFL. It's high. It's your first taste of NFL football after,
Yeah.
months, over a half a year of no football. Everyone's excited. Everyone's healthy. It's the healthiest your team will
Yeah.
ever be this entire season. You get to see, your draft picks. You get to see who you traded for, your free agents. So that's
Yeah.
it's pretty high up. So I get excited for NFL week 1. So that'd be number 4.
I got you. Um, I think originally when we talked, that was your number two. So it's moved a little
It
bit.
was? Oh
Yeah, it
wow.
was your number
Okay.
two. My my number four is going to be college football rivalry week. Yeah, I see.
Wow.
I don't know. Growing up, I didn't really have any affiliation to any school, and so it
Yeah.
wasn't like a huge thing. And when I look back, I'd always watch all these other three over that. And so I don't know. Plus, Michigan State really doesn't have the biggest rival going into that week.
Yeah, no,
Always
yeah, that makes
there for
sense.
the game. Um, but I don't know. That's probably gonna be my four here.
Your four, okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna shift top three. I'm gonna shift the tide a little bit, probably something different than what I told you after thinking about it. My number three, this might surprise you,
Okay.
is going to be Super Bowl.
No, that's what you had originally, actually.
I did. Okay. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
gonna be Super Bowl. Like I said, it's a great event, you know, it's cool, it's fun, but it's like if your team isn't in it, it's like it's just like it's something to watch. It's the Super Bowl. It's
Yeah.
like why not watch it? You know, it's the
I feel
Super Bowl,
I feel
biggest
like
game of
most
the
people in
season.
the recent years have been there just for the halftime show rather than
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
Super Bowl
The
itself. I mean,
actual game. Yeah.
I don't know. This year
That's
was
gonna be
a
my
little
number three.
nicer to watch for me. I enjoyed watching the Eagles win. That's for sure. Especially over the Chiefs. I didn't want the Chiefs to win,
I
but
hated it.
I don't know. It's kind of hit or miss. I feel like, especially if your team's not in it. Hopefully, we get to that promised land pretty soon here, and that can become
Yeah,
the
now if they don't
one
make a
spot
trade,
once the Lions make that. But
if they make that,
no,
probably not.
my number three is also the Super Bowl. Actually, it's kind of like I have the same reasoning. If your team's not in it, it's probably not as entertaining. It's probably
Exactly.
stressful if your team's in it, in all honesty. Where I just
That
kind
is
of watch
true.
that like I'd watch any other kind of game.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say my number one. You said my number two. So
Okay.
obviously you'll want to be the other
Yeah.
one. So my number one is the round of 64 games of the March Madness tournament. That is just
No, yeah.
chaos. It is fun. It is entertaining. At least for our teams, we every year that we've been alive, our team has made it to the
Yeah.
to this up to this point. Round one of College of March Madness is unparalleled. The biggest
Oh,
upsets happen. You get game after game after game. You get four games at a time from like
but,
noon until 9 p.m. Everyone's playing. Biggest upsets happen. Brackets are busted after the round of 64. It is entertaining. It is fun. I feel like that is what March. I'm glued to the TV. That's what March Madness is all
yeah.
about. That first round of games, and the fact that it's 2 days makes it amazing. Like that. That just that. Oh my! It's just so much fun. Like you just sit
Yeah.
there and watch. I'll have my TV on one game. I'll have my iPad a different game. I'll have my
I was
my, my computer on a different game. I'll split screen my computer, so I'm watching two games at a time.
I
Like
was
it is
just about
just
to say, dude.
amazing to watch at school. Zach and I,
No,
we'd
I
be at
remember
school
you having like four different,
big
you
day.
would bring in like four different devices outside of what you would normally bring in for school, just so you could watch more basketball games. I remember sitting at our lunch table and Evan would have his computer
Watching
over
basketball
there. I'd have
games.
my
Yes.
computer up, someone else would have their computer up, and Evan would have his iPad, and then we'd have like two other devices just sitting
It's
there
just
on
and
our,
the teachers are okay with it. We do it in class sometimes. Teachers will
oh,
be fine with it.
absolutely. It was
Like
amazing.
that's just that feeling is just unparalleled. So
No,
that's my number one.
yeah. No, so that puts college football rivalry week at your two then, right?
Yeah, that's my two. This past like and honestly, it's like to your point, Michigan State, we don't play like a big rival that week, but you know, everyone else pretty much does. And honestly, what makes it more entertaining for me as of lately is that Michigan has been beating Ohio State. Because it's like every year I tune in and I'm just like, they're not gonna do it again. It's like that like after they
Especially
won
for
that
this year,
first
yeah.
year. I was like, after they won that first year in Ann Arbor, after not winning it for like 10 years in a row, that's
Yeah.
like, okay, it's first time in 10 years. This like they're not gonna do it again. Ohio State's at home next year. You know, they're gonna get better. They still have all their weapons, they're gonna get better.
Yeah.
You know, they can't get any worse. It'll go back to normalcy. Then it's like they lost again.
I
Then it's
know.
like, okay, now, you know, Stroud's gone, their weapons are gone. They go back to Ann Arbor. Now it's like, I don't even like I wouldn't be shocked if they lost again. And they lost with Kyle McCord in Ann Arbor last year. And then this past year, it's like, okay, the dust is settled. They got the little three in a row. Ohio State is easily the better team. No. They lost again in the horseshoe, 13-10. That's what was, and then honestly, I don't know if you noticed, but this past rivalry week, you saw how many fights there were and how much like beef there
That's
was.
true.
Like that, it felt like a rivalry. I
I
love
know.
college football. It
This
felt like
last
a
year
rivalry
felt
week.
that this year's or this past season's rivalry week felt like the best rivalry week in a while.
Yeah, I've had in years.
I think, in my opinion, that's what kind of sets college apart from the NBA or NFL or
Yeah,
whatever, right? I mean, rivalries do still exist in
yeah,
college sports.
alive and
Look at what
well.
just happened this past Sunday with Michigan State and the team down the road. That is like exhilarating to watch as a fan in the crowd, whatever it is. That is, you
Yeah,
live for that. And like, I think that's like part of the issue with professional sports is they don't have those rivalries anymore, you know?
Yeah, it feels like they kind of died once like the 2010 or like the late 2010s started to
Yeah.
come. It's just like like Lakers and stuff like that was big in like the
That was
2000s,
huge.
Lakers and Celtics
I mean,
and
even look at like
like
Bulls Pistons. That was a
like
huge thing up until
exactly.
about 2008 or something like that. It's
Exactly. And
now just
then
kind of
like,
like
like I said,
another game on the
I feel
schedule.
like the true most recent rivalry in professional sports was Cleveland and Golden State. Like
Oh,
since then,
absolutely.
there hasn't been like a true hatred between two teams, you know?
Yeah.
So it's
But
like
once LeBron
that's
left,
what
it ended, you know?
it ended, yeah, completely.
Then that's the other thing I think with the amount of time like players bounce around the league now, it's hard
Yeah.
to establish a relationship like that with another rival program when you're leaving in 2 years or whatever it is. And I don't know. It's just we'll see how
Okay,
NIL
so
affects
what's your
rivalry
two
week in the
then?
long
Or
run.
what's your one? What's your one and two?
Yeah, my one and two, my one obviously has to be round of 64.
Yeah.
Nothing beats that, man. That is
That's peak.
sports at its finest.
That's
That is
peak. That's peak television.
there is nothing that could ever live up to that in all honesty. I mean, the fact that
It's
you
like
have like four different games on at the same time all day for like three straight days, it's just amazing. That little stretch of
Like I
time.
said, all it takes is that one bad game.
I know.
In what universe, in no universe would you have like a random school off the top of my head, like Colgate.
Yeah.
And Colgate would never be able to beat Duke or Auburn or Alabama in any other sport but basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, Loyola Chicago. They don't even have a
Be
football
loyal,
team.
man.
Or
Sister
they don't even
Jeannie.
have a football team. They would never be able to beat a team like a Power Five conference team in probably any other sport but basketball. But it
Yeah.
happens, and it doesn't even happen. These teams they will make it to the Final Four, the Elite Eight, like
Absolutely.
the top. They're not being, maybe not even being ranked the entire year, to national standards. They do the unthinkable. I love that. That is
Yeah.
amazing. I love the underdog
I
story.
mean, you
Even
look
my backup, I'm always rooting for the underdog in college.
oh, you
Always,
have to.
unless it's my team, I'm
Yeah.
always rooting for the lower seed. Always.
Have to. That's the thing is like that's where it truly is where like legends are made, you know? Look at a couple years ago, you'd St. Peter's. Where's St. Peter's? I couldn't tell you at the time, you know? Doug Eddert, remember him?
FDU.
The
Yep.
mustache. Come on
Yeah.
now. Like, nobody knew his name prior till round of 64 when he made a name for himself, you know? Look at last year, Oakland made a nice run. People thought Oakland was from California, right? I mean, I knew, Evan knew, we knew that was from
Yeah, you
Michigan,
do.
but
I
like
still say like you would never
it's
get
just
that.
amazing to
Oakland
watch.
doesn't have a football team, bro.
Yeah. It's
It's like
amazing
it's
to
just
watch.
it's just yeah, that feeling. So
Yeah.
what's your two?
I too is NFL Week One matchups, you know, after a long
Okay, that's
summer,
nice.
after a long time away, you get to finally see
That's
if
me.
your team's rewards pay off. Look at it right now. It's March 11th when we're recording this. All right. Free agency just opened up yesterday. We have from now until what, September, basically, to see if we don't know how it's going to work out for us. I have no clue. That is the most anticipated, I think,
I'm feeding. I'm
awaiting
feeding.
week one.
I'm feeding for Lions football. It's bad. It's
See,
bad.
that's what
It's
I'm
really
saying.
bad.
The
It's really bad.
anticipation kills for week one, you
It
know?
is.
And
It
it's
is.
like the
No, I
second you
agree.
see that first football kickoff, it's like a nice sense of we're back. And
Yeah.
I don't count preseason because I don't watch preseason. Nobody watches preseason. So,
No, not at all.
yeah. That's our top tens though. Let us know if we missed an event, you know, or if
Yeah,
you
your
guys have
guys' top
something.
tens. We can maybe do a more. We can probably like another episode. We'll try to rank like a more worldwide top 10. We'll get like some like other different sports, like a Kentucky Derby or
Yeah, we can
the
do like the
the
top sporting events in
yeah, the
each
top sporting events, the
respective field.
Olympics or FIFA. Like
Yeah.
all that good stuff. That's
World Cup's
cool.
coming to America, what, next year? So,
I want to go to a game very bad.
oh, tickets are expensive.
How expensive?
You should look it up. I think like the cheapest one around us is like $500 for like a nosebleed or something like that.
That's
Like in
that's.
the top of, yeah. I was
I
talking
just
about
want to
that with Steph the
experience
other
that.
day. Um,
Maybe I'll wait to go to Europe to do. I don't know. I just want to experience that because the
yeah.
fans. That's a different type of fandom that they have for
Oh,
soccer team.
absolutely.
That's
I
a different type of
I feel
fandom.
like anytime you're really rooting for your country, it's like a huge, you know,
Yeah,
it's
that's a huge.
you
Yeah,
can't
that's a
beat
huge
anything
thing.
than national pride. I mean,
Yeah,
look
I
at the
agree.
people that were booing the Canadians that were booing the national anthem the other day. It like national pride goes a long way.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And they whooped
yeah,
the US in hockey.
let's not talk about that though.
Whooped.
Uh,
ETA.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And then
Dak's other
no,
team.
actually we will talk about that for a second because Evan posted the Canadian flag on his social media after
Let's
that.
talk about it. I did. I did, bro. The US is not being nice right now.
That's
And
crazy.
we're not trying to get political, but their reasons can be pretty self-explanatory, in my opinion. So
No,
I
it's
was
a
rooting for Canada.
I don't know. It's a crazy world we live in. I think that's the safest place to leave that. But um, let's move to basketball a little more here. You want to talk about the Pistons NBA for a
Pistons are
second?
great. Pistons are doing amazing. Not amazing, but they're doing better than we thought they would.
I mean,
They have secured that they have the actual playoff spot right now, right? Like not a playoff, like not a play-in spot, like a
I think
playoff
they're
spot.
like a 5 seed right now, or
Oh
something like
yeah.
that. 6 seed maybe.
We have two back-to-back games against the Wizards. That's great.
Yeah, it better be. I mean, we play them today, then we play them Thursday. We beat the Trailblazers last, what was that, 2 days ago?
We split. We went 2-2 in our West Coast journey. Beat the Trailblazers and the Jazz. Lost to the Warriors and Clippers.
Dude, the Clippers game, James Harden had like 50. Like, that was insane.
That
Like,
was such an unorthodox. If he didn't have 50, bro, we would have won that game too.
no,
Like that
100%.
was such an unorthodox game.
Obama was there. We had like some of the bad boys
Jared
there.
Goff was there.
Yeah, dude.
Amon Ra was there. Like a lot of
Everybody was
people,
there,
like a lot
man.
of Detroit people was there. Yeah.
Oh,
Rip Hamilton and Jalen Rose were there.
yep. I don't like Jalen Rose, but yeah. Um,
But yeah, Pistons are doing
oh,
good though.
no, we are
Cade, Cade, Cade is
Cade's
Cade's like the top like five MVP voting, top six.
something like that. Yeah, he's really blossoming into this really good player, and I think I've been
Make
saying
him a Piston for
next year our
life.
biggest thing for the Pistons is they need a number two.
I
I
agree. Ivy,
I would go
hope.
trade for someone. No,
Oh,
I would go out and trade for someone. In all honesty,
who'd you want?
I don't know.
Elaborate.
I don't know quite yet, but I mean Tobias Harris is a great addition. I don't really want him going away.
He's
He's
old though.
yeah, he's only like 32 though, something like that.
In the NBA, that's old.
And he's only on like a 2 year deal, so it's like not worth.
Okay.
I think his mentorship to the Pistons. To your point, you were telling me how they call him Uncle T. You know that relationship I think goes longer, a farther way than if we were to trade him away for a better player. You know,
Who do you want to see in the Who do you want to see in the Pistons next year that's on this current team?
like who are we keeping?
Yes.
I mean, I want to keep most of the pieces in all honesty. Jalen Duren, I'm not trading away for anything. That man needs to stay. Beef Stew got to stay as well. Those I was kind of iffy about Beef Stew originally. You know, I thought he lacked an offensive presence, and I still think he does. But I mean that
But he makes up for defensive
his
presence.
defensive effort is really, I think,
It's
improved
like it's like Rodman.
like
Honestly,
insane.
he's
Yeah.
like our Rodman, and that's perfectly fine with that.
No, you see, him and Curry got like taxed or ejected or something the other day. Like he is, I'm keeping him. That's the moral of the story. Toby, I'll
Yeah.
keep. And honestly, after that, I'm probably gonna keep Cade. Not probably, definitely keeping Cade. What do I say? And then I like Asar Thompson or Amin
Oh, he's
Thompson,
good. Yeah.
Sar, whatever it is.
He's good.
Uh,
He's good.
and that's another defensive player. That's the problem. Is all those guys I listed right outside of Tobias Harris and Cade, they're all defensive focused players. I think we need to go out and get another two or three that can
About,
primarily score for us.
about Mr. 3 Point, Malik Beasley.
He's a free agent, dude. It's not really up to me if we can keep him. I'd love to re-sign him.
I was like, would you if you
Oh,
were
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
I thought you meant
GM?
like who on contract. No,
Oh,
if I can re-sign Beasley, I will. I mean, he
okay.
doesn't. He wants to be here. That's another thing. Is like it's an amazing thing to see. It truly is.
Yeah.
Have him come off the bench again next year. I think we're in a great place. He could be a six
Yeah.
man of the year contender next year. I think.
He could. He could. I think he's made the most, which is pretty cool. He made or top two or top three most 3 pointers made this year.
Yeah.
You
Not to
still have
mention, he
people
broke
like
the Pistons'
Curry in the
all-time
league.
3 point record in a
What do you
season.
say?
He broke the
Oh yeah, the
Pistons'
Pistons.
all-time
Yeah,
season record. Um,
just he did that so like early in the
I
season,
know. I mean, he
like a
passed
little bit
Sadiq
more
Bey
than
for
halfway
it.
through the season.
Yeah, he passed Sadiq Bey for it, which isn't like insane. You know, it's not like it was some like
Yeah,
outstanding record, but it was still he beat it a while ago. That's crazy to say.
yeah. So Pistons are rolling,
Yeah, no,
and
I agree.
I will be there for that first round of playoff match because
Yeah,
I genuinely think we can beat New York, the Knicks, and the Pacers. It's Cleveland who I'm worried about. because
I'm
they just
worried
look
about
like a
Boston too.
monolith right
Boston
now.
at full
And
strength.
Boston, obviously, yeah, and Boston. But I think we can make it out the first round of the playoffs. If that makes sense. I
I think
think
we can, yeah.
we can get to the Eastern Conference. That's crazy to see in a 4 game series. In a 4 game series, I think we could. I don't know. I think we can do it, Zach.
Just depends who we match up against, you know.
I
Um,
think we whoop New York and we whoop Indiana. Cleveland and
bro,
Boston
New
are our
York's
only
gonna be a
threats.
stretch, you know. I know Thibs likes to run his guys with like insane minutes. You know, I was looking at some lists the other day. This was
Yeah,
probably like a
yeah,
month ago at this point, but it was like the top like NBA trios with the most minutes, and like six of the top eight matchups were all Knicks, just different variations of the Knicks starters, and
that's
that's
true.
it's insane. But I mean, I just don't know how feasible that is long term. You know, those guys are gonna be gassed.
That's
That's
why I say Knicks.
we'll see. I don't know. The Thunder are kind of scary, but
Okay, well, I'm talking about in the Eastern
no, I'm just
Conference.
talking about in general. Who's making a
Yeah,
splash?
we got to play them
Um,
before the end of the season too. I
Yeah.
think
Did
they're
you
one.
see
Yeah,
what Shannon Sharp was saying on First Take the
yeah.
other day?
SGA, PGA, something, all that stuff.
Don't
Lakers and
matter.
five.
Lakers in
No,
five.
okay, okay, buddy. We'll
Dude, no,
see.
the Lakers are actually looking amazing.
No, Lakers are
I
nice.
think they're on like a five-game win
Lakers.
streak or something like that. Like,
I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a Lakers Celtics finals.
hey, talk about bringing rivalries back to the
Talk
sport.
about bringing it
Man,
back. That'd be crazy. That'd be
The Lakers
crazy.
beating the Celtics for championship 18, that'll put them tied all time again.
I know.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
gonna
That
be
one.
crazy.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting to see though, because LeBron's out 2 weeks with a
yeah.
groin issue. But
We just lost the Nets the other night or last night or the other night.
yeah, it's crazy to me that the Lakers are doing this good considering their lack of, I want to say size. You know, I think their starting center recently has been Jackson Hayes. That's like a
Yeah, they've been playing good defense too. I think.
yeah, no, Jackson Hayes has been playing well. The whole team has been playing well together. We'll see how it ends up though. And then one final thing is the Mavericks. Um, I gotta say, probably ultimate losers of the season. You know, they had a game where they had only like seven players total they could run, which is insane. Six players, something like that. Um, they're struggling.
That first game when AD played with the Mavs, I was like, okay, maybe
No,
they
yeah,
were on to something.
yeah.
Then
Then he got
after he got
hurt.
hurt, I was like, okay, now that got shut down quick. He had like 18 in the first half.
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, oh crap.
And Kyrie hurt
What
now
were they?
too. Everybody
What do
going
you
down.
say? Yeah, yeah, that was Kyrie. Hate to see Kyrie,
Yeah.
but Red Wings are sucky again. They're
I
trash
know.
again.
I saw some things saying they need to go on like a 4-game win streak, to get back in.
They have the hardest remaining schedule in the NHL. That's what I heard. So that's
Yeah.
not happening. And apparently, a lot of the Red Wings fans, after watching the Valenti show with Rico, a lot of the Red Wings are in somewhat of a similar situation, kind of for Detroit. Like Weiserman's not willing to drop his nuts and pay someone to help the team.
Yeah.
Like Brad Holmes is not willing to drop his nuts and pay someone to help the team. The window is closing. Get a
Yeah.
bowl. Get Hendrickson, please, for the love of God.
All comes full circle.
I hope when I look at my phone when this is over, we traded for Hendrickson.
That's not happening.
I don't even know where
No,
my
it's
phone
not. I
is.
know
And
it's not. Not quite yet.
I keep like if I just like I just want like a break. Like I leave my phone away just like for a few hours. I come back and just a blockbuster trade. I just keep praying that it never
Yeah,
happens.
it's gonna be a blockbuster
And I was
trade
at
for us
practice
to unlock.
yesterday. I was at track practice yesterday. I was like, please let me come back to some good news. No, nothing.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting just to see how the landscape works out for especially NFL free agency here. Um,
Yeah,
I hope we do something, man. We need an edge rusher. We really do. I don't want to have to bank on drafting a guy, you know?
exactly.
I don't like how the NFL draft is after NFL free agency. That's like a weird thing for me. You know, like the NBA drafts before. Um, I feel like you should be able to like draft what you need and then be able to sign the positions you didn't end up getting, if that makes sense. Like I feel like
No,
it's
I get that.
like now you have to kind of sign free agents with
Yeah,
the realization that these guys might not be there when you go to draft them.
yeah. No, I get that. That makes sense. I get that for sure.
I don't know. It's just a weird concept to me, but yeah, I don't know. I got nothing else. You got anything?
No, I'm trying to think of what we missed. I think we hit everything.
I'm
Uh,
sure we got it.
it was actually didn't miss too much, but
No.
Yeah, we'll be back to more regularly scheduled, like a weekly post,
Yeah.
guys.
Um,
But yeah, I can't. I
March
think that's
Madness
it.
special will come your
Oh
way.
yeah, March Madness. That'll be fun.
That'll be a
Let's
lot of
We're
fun.
just about selection Sunday is this upcoming Sunday, so
I know, which means Monday I'm making a bracket.
I'm making 20.
But yeah, so um, yeah, I don't know. With that being said, I guess we'll catch you in the next episode.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah,
See you next week.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
sounds good, man. Take y'all take care.
See ya.